Whoa.
Will you?
Yes.
You need me like
Yes.
marry me?
Yes.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 romantic How I Met Your Mother moments.
Seriously, Barney?
Unless.
No, unless. No emails, no phone numbers, not even names. Tonight, we will make a memory that will never be tarnished.
It's a nice day for a swim, so what the heck? You dive in, scoop it up, make it home in time for Jeopardy. Ease to the P's. Happy wedding.
For this list, we'll be looking at Ted, Barney, Marshall, Lily, and Robin in their most romantic gestures of all 9 seasons. Since we'll be talking about plot points from the show, a spoiler warning is in effect. What rom-com moment from this sitcom was your all-time favorite? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Ted and Robin break up.
We were all talk, weren't we?
We're not doing this, are we?
Despite being told she wasn't the mother from the first episode, fans had been pulling for Ted and Robin to get together during the first season. When they finally do, we got to experience one of Ted's great loves throughout season 2. Ted steals a blue French horn from a restaurant they had their first date on, and it becomes a symbol of their romance.
Excuse me? Pardon me? Just a second. Enjoy your coffee. Hey! Hey! Go!
It even resurfaces at the very end of the show. It's also the focus of a conversation between Ted and Robin that breaks our hearts.
You stole a blue French horn from me.
I would have stolen you a whole orchestra.
It's one of the most healthy breakups shown on television, but still makes us teary-eyed nonetheless. Number 9. Barney and Robin break up.
So, how are you two?
So great. Relationships are the best. The sharing, the compromise, the monogamy. Can't beat it.
After seeing these two fight again and again, Lily, Ted, and Marshall decide to try and instigate a breakup between Barney and Robin. Puppet Master Lily has pulled out all the stops and is sure her plan will work. It all falls apart though when Robin and Barney confess to each other that they haven't been happy in a long time. Instead of a traditional breakup, Robin suggests something else.
Well, maybe this isn't a breakup. Maybe this is 2 friends getting back together.
Like with her breakup with Ted, our hearts sink as we're sad for the loss of a couple. Yet we can't help but smile at how clever the writers are in giving us a beautifully written moment in the middle of a breakup.
And I mean, who knows? Maybe when, you turn 40, if you haven't found anyone.
Oh, I already have that deal with Ted.
Oh, right. Stupid.
Number 8. Ted does Christmas for Robin. It's not a big leap to know that Robin is someone extra special to Ted. In some ways, she may have been the real love of his life without knowing it until far later in the show. Robin goes through a false pregnancy scare and then learns she can't ever have kids.
I can't have a baby.
She processes this by having an imaginary conversation with her fictional children, but also chooses to keep her medical condition secret from everyone.
Robin, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Just tell me.
Ted knows something's wrong, and when Robin won't fess up, he relents by decorating the apartment for her.
You don't want to tell me what's wrong? Fine. I don't need to know. But you can never stop me from trying to cheer you up. It's a fact of life. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
He doesn't care what's bothering her, only that she needs to be cheered up. It's a friendly gesture that borders on romance, and we can't help but love it.
Kids, your Aunt Robin never became a pole vaulter, but she did become a famous journalist, a successful businesswoman, a world traveler. She was even briefly a bullfighter. That's a funny story. I'll get to that one later. But there's one thing your Aunt Robin never was. She was never alone.
Number 7. Ted meets Tracy. After 9 years and over 200 episodes, the series finale finally gave us the moment the show had been named after. Ted finally meets Tracy, the mother of his children.
Excuse me. Hi.
Hi!
I'm
The best man. Yeah, get in here.
From the moment Ted steps under the umbrella and starts talking to her, the entire conversation that follows is pure romantic gold. Fans had been waiting an eternity to see these two together, and despite what some might say about other aspects of the finale, this was a moment every fan was drawn to.
I did lose it for a few years there. So I went to this dance club.
On St. Patrick's Day.
On St. Patrick's Day.
As the two come to realize how their paths have unknowingly crossed many times, there's an immeasurable long stare between them. It's a moment that cements these two together, making the long journey there worth every step.
And that, kids, is how I met your mother.
Number 6. Barney and Robin get back together. The sitcom experimented partway through the series with having Barney and Robin become a couple. Yet the two opted to return to being friends in the middle of season 5. That didn't, however, deter the writers from finding other creative ways to get these two back together. The first half of season 8 was used as a long play called The Robin, taken from Barney's famous playbook. Most would see what he did as being pretty deceitful, and Robin even calls him out on it.
How could I be with a man who thinks that this trick, this enormous lie, could ever make me want to date him again?
Yet for someone like Barney, this is the type of romance he's made for.
Robin Scherbatsky, will you marry me?
Yes.
It's unconventional, but for these two, it seems to work. Number 5. Ted and Victoria.
And I went to the wedding stag. Then, when I least expected it.
Introduced in season 1, Victoria came to be one of Ted's greatest romances, and it all started at a wedding. Framing the episode around the idea of their never seeing each other again gave some amazing moments between these two.
A drum roll? That's it.
The drum roll kiss was sweet enough, but it's the walkaway in the middle of the dance that really tugs on Ted's heartstrings. He thinks he's never going to see her, and it fills him with both love and disappointment. We're glad he decided to forego the one night to remember premise, and later find her at the bake shop. Number 4. Marshall surprises Lily at the airport.
This time, I didn't bring him a six-pack. Because as we mature, the relationship matures with us.
Well, he sounds like a nice young man. I'll bet he surprises you and picks you up anyway.
With a revolving door of women for Barney, and Ted's lackluster attempts at finding the mother, we're glad this series had Lily and Marshall to keep things sane. Between cute nicknames and quirky Halloween costumes, they show how couples need to go the extra mile to keep love alive.
Where is she?
Seattle.
What?
Her flight's canceled. It never took off.
After missing Lily at the airport due to weather, Marshall finally finds her and brings a marching band in tow.
A muffin, a pastrami sandwich, and a bag of chips. And I know it's way past lunchtime, but I love you.
It's silly and a bit over the top, but that's what makes this couple so grand. Moments like this remind the audience that love can be shown in many ways.
Wait, does this mean that I have to bring a marching band to the airport from now on?
Absolutely, it does.
Crap.
Number 3. Ted finds Robin's locket. Ted has made it known that even after Robin got engaged, he was still in love with her. His conversation with Jeanette gave us the most perfect definition of what it was to him.
If you're looking for the word that means caring about someone beyond all rationality and wanting them to have everything they want, no matter how much it destroys you, it's love.
So it's no surprise that between Ted sitting with Robin in the rain and her suggesting they run off together on her wedding day, that the two would have more than their share of moments in the final season.
We should get out of here. You and me right now. We'll move to Chicago. We'll start a new life. It'll be painful at first, but hell, I can root for the Blackhawks.
They experience a long pause filled with suggestions while sitting at the carousel, but it's Ted's restrained description of getting the locket for her that stands out to us. He's showing real love without wanting anything in return.
So please, can I have the locket?
Number 2. Lily and Marshall get back together.
Lily, what the hell?
I'm sorry.
We mentioned earlier how Marshall and Lily have been the rock when it comes to relationships on the show. However, even these two encountered a bump in the road when Lily left to go to San Francisco.
You walk out that door, and we're done. You're never gonna hear my voice again. I should call her.
No.
Both were heartbroken, and it did lead to some funny moments from both of them. But above all else, it led them both back together. When Marshall's date goes off the rails because of Lily, the two end up on the steps of the apartment.
You have crazier eyes than anybody that I've ever met.
Shouldn't you be going back?
I mean, you're out of your mind.
It's from here we see how Marshall's heartfelt talk to Lily really brings home how much he's missed her. It shows both humility and forgiveness as these two share a kiss and find their way back together again. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. 2-minute date with Stella. There's no doubt in the minds of any How I Met Your Mother fan that Ted was always the one trying to find a way to bring romance into his life. With his eyes set on Stella, he wants that date, but even after multiple tries, she's unwilling due to her hectic schedule.
But really, my only free time is the 2 minutes I get for lunch, so this is why I don't date.
It's from here we get the best romantic gesture shown on the show.
So here's what I'm proposing. You only have 2 minutes, right?
Right.
Okay. Want to go on a 2-minute date with me?
Knowing she only has 2 minutes for lunch, Ted sets in motion a cab ride, a dinner, a movie, and dessert, all within Stella's 2-minute window.
Flowers?
I'm allergic.
Okay, see, we're getting to know each other.
It's a perfect example of how Ted is willing to work within any boundaries given, and ultimately helps him get the girl.
And that, kids, is how you turn a no into a yes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.